Hey everybody, it's Jake with J&K Tackle, and Scott from Colorado was not satisfied with the Bronco, so he wants a Seattle Seahawk. Now obviously we're in Boise, we have the Boise Broncos here, so whichever way you want to look at it, I think the Bronco's the way to go. But for fun, and just for Scott, because we like him so much, we're gonna go ahead and make one. All right, I got the pressure at about 35, and we are loaded up with some primer. And we're gonna go ahead and do 2 Seattle versions of the Bronco just for fun, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, so I was gonna go with a wicked metallic silver on the base, but I'm gonna go ahead because I remembered that I have a acrylic gray that's the same type of primer as the white. If I do a second coat of this gray, it'll be more of that concrete gray color. And then if I go sparkle with those bright greens on top, I may create a holographic paint image once it's coated. So that'll be the plan for this one. All right, I didn't clean out the gun. I got a little bit of white still in there. Let's go. There you go, concrete gray, bam. All right, I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and give the Seattle an unfair advantage. We're gonna wrap them up. All right, now with these both wrapped up like a glove, I am going to go ahead and add some white over the top of the pattern, and that way we can get some pop. Here we go. All right, we'll do 2 coats of that and then move on to some color. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do now that this is, actually took 3 coats of white to get that gray out, but we're gonna go ahead and hit it with some ultraviolet yellow. All right, now that we've got the yellow on there, let's go ahead and hit it with some UV green. Not a lot, because we still want that yellow to kind of show through. That's a pretty limey green that would kind of fit in with the more modern colors of a Seahawks uniform, I think. And we'll get this one done up and then we'll move on to the next. All right, so next will be pearl white. And the pearl white is fairly transparent. This is still kind of wet, I didn't dry it. And the idea is to add some sparkle to this. Because if I want to get that holographic shine, this top layer against that flat layer needs to be a bit sparkly. So we'll add some pearl white, but not a lot because I don't want to dull this too much. All right, so with a little bit of that pearl white, you can kind of see down there at the bottom towards the middle, see how it kind of radiates that shininess now. That's what I'm looking for. So we're gonna move on to the next color, which is gonna be the top color for this. I'm gonna have to reduce a little bit of this. This is a cool color and I've been wanting to use this for a while. This is metallic fastback green, and I'm gonna need to dilute this a little bit with some other colors to get the color that I need, because if I go directly on there with this, it's gonna just overpower everything. But this is a good kind of a navy blue mix with gold and some green in there that should complement those colors well. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we got fastback green, UV green, a little bit of pearl white, and the white stuff there is UV glow base. Now that's not a glow in the dark, that's a UV glow only, but I'm gonna mix that in with a little bit of reducer, and that should be a good color to match what we've got going on here. All right, so the concoction's made up. We're gonna do one at a time. I think that color should complement pretty well. You can see there's nice little metal sparkly flakes in there. I will angle this and spray across all the way down and see how we look. The idea is to catch paint on the edges on the backside, and that should help with the effect. All right, we'll do a couple coats like that and take a look at it. All right, now that we're done with that process, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more of the fastback blue, and we're gonna do the edges just a bit straight on so that it kind of blends towards the center, and we should be done. All right, let's take a look. All right, almost forgot, we need to add some glow. We'll do that and then we'll let them dry and then we'll peel them off. All right, moment of truth here. Gotta let these dry and cool down quite a bit before you start peeling these things off. Otherwise they can stick. Now obviously when we put the coating on, that's gonna create that effect with that barrier of UV on top. So we should be able to see some good shine once we get this off, and hopefully a good contrast on that gray. All right, we'll get the other one done. We'll get these coated up. We'll take a look at them. All right, final touch. We'll put an eyeball on there. And these ones are extra large. These are probably like an 11 millimeter, maybe 12. But I think it'll look kind of cool. And voila. It's been coated up. Take a look.